never ever allow this to be the reason why you are preparing for this exam. I know there are many people, if asked क्यों बनना है IAS, and the reasons are very much like ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार. नहीं, अभी आप हंस लोगे, but I know there are many people who would be like, उसने मेरे को ऐसा बोला, my society did not treat me well, my family never had faith on me, my friend ill-treated me, मैं दिखा दूंगा. Believe you me, this is the most irresponsible and low level of motivation you could fall for. Because 99 out of the 100 times आप नहीं दिखा पाओगे. और 1 out of the 100 अगर आपने दिखा भी दिया, तो आपको realize होगा उसको देखने में कोई interest नहीं है. Right? And then you will be lacking any motivation to go any further. वो achieve हो गया, अब क्या? You never thought that whether you are made for this job or not. So don't fall for such low motivation. Emotional route to both motivation or demotivation is equally harmful. So don't follow any. I'll tell you why. देखो सबसे आसान प्रोफेशन आज के डेट में पता क्या है? To become a motivational speaker. बहुत एरिया घूम रहे हैं, सभी को मालूम है. 2 चीजें चाहिए. You need 2 things. 1, bag full of stories, and 2, your ability to narrate that story in a manner wherein the person listening to that story gets that hype. आज तो मैं पहाड़ तोड़ दूंगा. But when you are listening to that emotional story and you feel that you can move the mountains, it is not you who is speaking. It is आपके रगों में दौड़ता हुआ adrenaline. So it is this adrenaline which is making you feel that. And do you agree that this adrenaline flow is temporary? So your motivation also dips down the moment adrenaline is gone. And that is why हर महीने सुनते रहो motivation speech, कुछ ना होने वाला. So just keep to the strategy. Get as ascetic or as saintly as possible. Try करो. I know this is the most difficult thing. But if at all you are able to detach from the emotion part, you concentrate on the strategy better. Do you people agree that, like I believe, MSD has been a good proponent of the game or a good maker and controller of the strategy, because he, compared to the others, he is a better player at keeping this at check maybe. And that is what that allows him to have a good control over the final situation. Don't fall for this. भले वो motivation दे रहा हो momentary. Know why you are in the game. Know what is the strategy needed. Act on it. That's it. Keep revising your strategy in case you feel it never works all the time. Re-strategize and rework. But remain focused without the need for any such emotion. Only then can you become a good officer also, not just clear the exam. An officer who is a prey to easy emotion is never going to be a good, officer. ठीक है, एक छोटी सी चीज before we start. I mean, imagine there is a beaker full of water. I think many of you might have heard about this experiment. There is a frog, so you'll have to agree what I'm drawing is a frog. In a beaker full of water in that la mode. What that frog does not know that right underneath is a tiny flame. यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ा सा साइंस छोड़ रहा हूँ. मैसेज इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है that allow me. Now, what this flame does is it heats up the water at a very gradual pace. When the water heats a little bit, the frog adjusts. थोड़ा सा तो है, adjusts. The water heats a little more, adjusts. A little more, adjusts. यहाँ पे scientific fallacy है. Yes, life science people, the frog is a cold-blooded animal. Adjusting is what that it does not know. But मान लो थोड़ी देर that it adjusts, and in doing that, it is using a bit of its energy. There comes a moment when the temperature of the water is quite high and it knows that this is not the same pleasant pool it was enjoying, decides to jump out. You see, the decision to jump out has been taken in the brain, but the ability to jump out lies in the legs. And that ability is not there because it has wasted a lot of energy trying to adjust. So it has to die a painful death due to hot water. Your life or UPSC preparation is exactly the same. Every single day, the small acts of negligence, ignorance, carelessness, that your brain would say, एक दिन की तो बात है, adjust, कल से पढ़ेंगे. And there comes a moment in your preparation when you realize, high time, let us pull up our socks and get into the preparation mode. You feel इतना तो हो ही नहीं सकता. You panic, and then UPSC comes to your rescue. UPSC बोलेगा, tension नको, एक attempt और है ना. And this is where you kind of self-rationalize that अगली बारी दिखा दूंगा. But you will agree that one of the most inviolable law of the world is law of inertia, Newton nebula, whatever state you are in, you will continue to be in that state for, okay? So this inertia will make you continue with that habit, and your next attempt would also be wasted. So on a regular basis, keep checking on yourself. Are you being that frog? Every 15 days, look at your strategy. Are you doing what you are doing here? When it comes to making your investment, people, it is not just the coaching fee. You are investing